Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you're all having a great weekend. And today's reading was meant to help you to find out your spiritual gifts, the ones that you're aware of, the ones that you're not. And overall, I hope that it can just bring you more insight and clarity. So we have 4 piles that you can choose among. I hope that is clear for you to see it. So this will be group number 1 with Kite, and this will be group number 2 with Lapis Lazuli, and this will be group number 3 with Malachite, and this will be group number 4 with Sodalite. So you can just take a minute. If it's needed, you can pause the video, take a couple of deep breaths, hold them a bit, and then exhale it. Maybe you already choose your pile so that you can just move forward to this timestamp, which is in the description box below. So I will see you in your group. So let me start with group number 1. Hello, group number 1, and this will be your reading. So let me start. I'll first start with your tarot cards and then move on with your oracle cards. Okay, so first we have Death, which I believe that might be the flip side. And there is King of Cups, Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and Ten of Swords in reverse. So first of all, what I'm seeing here related with your relationship between your spiritual gifts currently is there is some kind of like a transformations going on. There might be some kind of like a resistance also, because I feel like you are at a stage of not like a stalemate, but you're trying to decide on like which way to move forward, like where to take an action towards. Because like something that you have been believing is right now transforming. Like you can be able to see it with a different perspective. The fear or illusion is, I'm feeling, clearing it off. And you have the elixir over here. Actually, like you have the magic that you can just bring into the life, what I'm seeing. And with the sun, so obvious and in the middle of the card, like in this, this is not exactly like a dualities, but what I'm feeling is that this is a time right now, it's calling you out for an action. So whatever is just peeling it off or like leaving the old skin behind, it is right now enabling for you to take an action. Like I feel like there is something within you really like flourishing. Like you are finding out your authentic self. Like you can see how naked that lady in the picture is, because like she feels free. She likes to dance. And like that old beliefs, they're also adapting. So I'm not seeing any like chaos or like so inner conflicts in here. So there is something like transforming what I'm seeing, and you are trying to take an action towards. And the spiritual gifts that you're aware of is, you know how much you're in control of your gifts. You're a very emotional being, and you have a perfect balance on your emotions. Like, for example, Queen of Cups, which is over here, it is as kind of an energy that she's a lot more intuitive, and she likes to listen people and give guidance, but when it comes to King also knows how to balance this with his mind. Like, I'm not indicating that this is like kind of like a mind-powered energy, but he also knows how to see the situations with a logic. So there is that balance in between. So you are very emotional, and you are very in control of your emotions. So you like to help people, and you like to guide people in and in a favor of their good. So you are not trying to, let's say, uh, use it or like misuse it for your own favor or anything. So this is very like mindful energy for like others, basically likes to lead them, likes to show like the best out of them. This is so good. And I'm sorry, I just remember like I was taking notes down of all the decks before I start the reading, before even I start shuffling. So I maybe it was better that if I just tell it in the beginning, but the notes that I taken before is just take it as it resonates, because like this is a general reading, so there are many of you that can be watching. So I felt some like fear and like glass, so I felt like maybe this is your current energy. I couldn't like generalize it so much, but I felt some kind of an energy that if I do a very like little thing wrong, then there is a potential that something is gonna shatter it into pieces, just like a very fragile glass that you're holding into. I don't know if you're resonating with that. And one thing is that right now there is some kind of blockage in your intuition, what I'm seeing with this Queen of Cups over here. Because as I said, like this is a very intuitive energy. Like she likes to listen people. I mean, really listen people. And people are drawn into her. Like even the strangers, like they might have found you. You might have found them like talking about their very like intimate secrets, even like the ones that makes you feel like okay, but did I really need to know that? Thanks for sharing it, but okay. So people are really drawn to you because of the energy that you're giving it, basically. So maybe you are like facing those kind of situations in your life, but you cannot just quite put it anywhere. So maybe you are wondering like why this is happening. Like it is just because of your intuition. I'm not seeing it quite like it's blocked, but like I'm seeing that you are not aware of how intuitive you are, how much you can tap into the energy of people. I don't know if you're like having some experiences, like for example you're entering a room and you can just basically grab the energy of that room, and I'm having chills right now. So let's say that you're having a great day, okay? You're at your work, you're having a great day, and then you came out with one colleague on the corridor and you start talking with him or her, and then just in a sudden after they left you're like, oof, I kind of feel like drained. So this is that might be the situation that you are frequently facing in your life, even like after a phone call with your friend or etc. This is not an intentional thing from their side. Basically, you are so open to energies, and whenever you don't know how to protect your energy and how to like shield yourself, you are so susceptible to them. It's not like people are doing it on purposely, but you can tap into their energies so purely and so easily that it can be some kind of like a also blockage for you. So I'm seeing that you also need to learn how to differentiate your energy from others. So you have to really be present on the moment. Maybe like mindful meditations can really help you to realize that what are your feelings actually and what are the other ones. Because like if you are feeling so great like a 5 minutes ago or like a minute ago, and then it just changed in a sudden, it's not about you. Basically, it's not your energy. And I'm seeing that the spiritual gifts that you're not aware of is with the lovers over here. You haven't quite integrated your duality yet. Like the duality, I mean that the two sides, the shadow sides, and like our, let's say, light side within us, because lovers is also representing our self-love, and the duality in between, that we are really integrating it. And I don't know why I want to like quickly read it from here. This is very short. Like the contradiction that leads to total vision. Opposites are complements, and the conflict is only appearance. So awareness of oneself and the other. Yeah, there is. There are really two sides of you um, that is really like completing each other, and there is some kind of like I don't want to say lackness of awareness because this is something that you haven't discovered it, not yet. So there is a beautiful two sides of you whenever it's really integrated. I feel like this is really going to open up to your true authenticity and to get to receive the divine information even like more freely, like it's just going like with a flow. You can see that angel over here, like you are really like protected. And whenever you just combine that two sides of yours, I'm believing that uh, it will be a lot easier for you to decide and take actions towards the thing that you really want to achieve in your life. And also, I'm believing that you have a lot of love really to share with the world and like see the situations with the eyes of the love. Like, it doesn't matter if it's something that hurts you, it doesn't matter if it's a situation that many people, many minds are going to interpret it as a bad, evil. Yeah, there are those energies, but like you can see, uh, you can see it with love basically, because like cursing something or like sending negative energies all the time, whenever the situation is toxic and negative especially, it really is not helping. So we need those kind of point of views in our lives, and we need those kind of people to show us the situations that we are experiencing with a different point of views. So that is what I am seeing. And that is interesting over here with the Ten of Swords in reverse. That was to represent how after you have integrated all these gifts within you, how can you basically contribute to the consciousness? And with the Ten of Swords in reverse, I guess you can quite help people to awaken their minds. Like I feel like you can just really strongly work with the words, because like swords are all about okay, swords are all about our like ideas, the things, and the things that we say and how we express ourselves. So it is just like you can see that guy over here. He was with all the shields, like very protective, like the, let me say, outfit, and now he's dead. But that side, like this is very unprotective. So this is a side that doesn't need any protection basically, because like it is coming from within. So none of the external protections that this 3D world is like giving to us, that okay, like in order to feel safe you need to do that, and in order to like keep out with the matrix you need to do that. So this is kind of like awareness that you can, I believe, bring it to people. And you can see the new moon over this card, and new moons are all about the taking an action, it's dominated with our masculinity. It's dominated with the sun energy, the taking an action energy. So not surrendering to your fears, but actually seeing them, and despite of them still can be able to take the action towards. So this is like extremely motivating kind of an energy that I'm seeing. And right now I'm like interpreting in a way that very like a traditional or like a very general sense of like a Ten of Swords in reverse kind of an interpretation, because it can represent some kind of like a resistance to leave the situation that is not serving you behind. Basically, you're stuck there, you're stuck with your emotions, and not so much of emotions, but you're stuck in the mind, in your mind that you have created your own prison kind of an energy. So I'm feeling that with that perspective of yours, you can really help people who are stuck in this kind of situations in their minds. That's a beautiful energy. So let me see your oracle cards. First, we have what do you need to release? It's a waning moon. I feel like there might have many times in your life that it feels like so, let's say, maybe quite in peace, but I don't know if you felt alone or like something is beautiful but like stagnant, or maybe it could have gone better, you know? So maybe there were a lot of times that you need to, the things that you need to release like continuously. I will quickly check the waning moon for you. From here. Yes. Let me read it. So the waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles sometimes, and we need a downtime or to let go. So no matter when in the moon cycle you pull these cards, it's a sign that the situation has peaked, for better or worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it's still be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. So move forward with a little resistance as possible. Saying sorry to someone, soon you will see what lies ahead. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended, and do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. So that might be like your dynamic in your life, like what you're currently like going through. So it's not like like going with the flow kind of an energy, how your life proceeds usually. So you might have like obstacles one after another, but I'm seeing that you are kind of quite keeping your peace. But everything that you're like going through, I feel like they are here because they meant to be in your life at a certain time, at a specific situation, because you needed to release that. So there are many things in your life, I guess, that really needed to reorganize in a way to bring out the best for you. So let me see your life purpose cards. It was just saying yoga and meditation over here, and now we have yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. Oh, school. The answers that you are seeking involves going to school. And you are the only pile, guys, that I have 3 cards, while I meant to get 2. And the counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and empathic ear. That's beautiful. I was mentioning how intuitive you are, that's how easily and how much you can tap into the energy of other people. And here's the counseling. I was mentioning how much you can guide people with your words, and I'm having chills. And here you are, the counseling. So that's definitely one of your strongest points. And I'm feeling that doing meditation, doing yoga currently, and like really cleansing all of your chakras in a daily manner and making it making it a part of your routine is a very important thing for you, so that you can easily release. You can easily release whenever something is coming up on your way, so that you will be tapped into your energy and you will be centered. Basically, you are not going to be steered off by the energies or the occasions that's coming into you. And with the School card, I'm feeling is that like the life is kind of like continuous learning for you. Like there is a lot, like you value learning, you value knowledge, like you feel alive by, I don't know, getting to know different people, getting to know different aspects of the different things and hearing different point of views. So you're interested in learning and basically developing yourself. And I feel like life is like a continuous school for you in this sense. And along your journey, along your way, in order to enhance the spiritual gifts, spiritual abilities of yours, in order to align you with your life purpose, I feel like there might be like additional steps or courses you might need to take, or you want to take, or maybe you can be also feeling this energy currently, like if you're interested in some kind of specific area, maybe you are looking out for some courses to enhance it, or you're thinking about going back to school, or hopefully you're already studying the thing that you are so passionate about. But like the passion is like one thing that I'm seeing over here, because like this is kind of an energy that really likes to help people, and it cannot be done without really wanting it, without that passion. And let me see the last card of you to ground yourself. It says, when you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. So although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We are helping you balance the spiritual and material, so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Definitely. Like with like current obstacles on your way, and with that much intuition of you're having right now, so it's extremely important for every individual to ground themselves, and mostly for you that I'm feeling. Because as is mentioned over here, whenever we are not grounded, so there is a disconnect between our body, our spiritual selves, and our mind. So there are these three things that are interconnected with each other, which are making us fully us and our authentic selves. So by grounding ourselves, like by being at the nature more often, and being in the present, basically, with meditating, with yoga, you can really ground yourself. And like this is a thing, I guess, which is really dominant in your reading, that you really need to be taking care of your root chakra more, as I'm feeling. And it's also helpful to calling out Archangel Michael in order to ground yourself for it too. So that is beautiful. Yeah, this is all I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that it brings clarity, and I hope you enjoyed the reading, and hope to see you next time. And I will move forward with group number 2. Hello, group number 2. If you have choose that pile, then it will be your reading. So I will first start with your tarot cards and put the oracle cards aside. Okay, so we have a Knight of Wands in reverse. We have Queen of Swords in reverse. We have Seven of Swords in reverse. And there are 6 of Swords upright. I hope that you can see it. The lightning is not the best. And there's Chariots in reverse. So, what I'm initially seeing is that I guess recently, like you are unfocused, like you're a bit scattered with this Knight of Wands in reverse. Like there might be many ideas that are coming into your mind. However, you're like quite scattered. Like, maybe you start something, you leave it, and then you start another one. So this is like kind of like an unfocused energy over there. And you might have a tendency to rush doing things too. And like, in this way, you might be feeling unsatisfied on the things that you're doing, because like in the upright position, the Knight of Wands is an energy so determined, and it also likes the challenges and obstacles on the way. It even like motivates her towards the end destination, and he or she just want to gets it. So there is a willingness to do anything to reach that goal. But right now I'm feeling that motivation is lacking. So there is some kind of like misaligning or mismatching with the direction where you want to go or what do you want to do. Maybe there are too much distractions all around you about the spiritual gifts. Maybe there is a spark in your mind as just coming out from the dark, but like everything is like coming at once, like in a sudden and unexpected way. So it might be making you feel like unfocused, like as I said before, where to go, what to do. So you might be finding out that maybe you have interest more than like many things. So you are trying to like decide on where to go, what to do. And again, I did the same thing for group number 1. I have I received some feelings before I start all the readings and all the cards. So let me see through what I have for you guys. I felt like just take it as it resonates, because it's a general reading, so there might be many of you watching, so it might be different for everyone. So there's fresh air, coolness, a sea, and ocean. I feel like it's like you are really like to be out in the nature, especially near the big water bodies, and they you originally have a calm nature, what I felt. Yeah, but what I'm already seeing, as I said, take it as it resonates, but what I'm already seeing here is that I guess something is like maybe, I don't want to say steering you off ground, but there are many uncertainties, especially with this first card. So with the second card, the Queen of Swords in reverse over here, this is representative of the gifts that you are aware of. Maybe you're aware of how powerful your words are and how stiff and rigid you can be. It doesn't matter if it's your nature or not, but you know the power of your words, and you know that you can just take yourself away from the situation, pull yourself back from any situation that is not serving you, that you don't want to deal with and you don't want to present with. You just cut the course so short. And you maybe like in the past, by the way, I was just getting chills while I was explaining it. Maybe in the past you had many experiences like that you see how much it can hurt people, because Queen of Swords is a very cold energy. Like mostly in the tarot decks, it's like represented as like an ice queen. You can see that ice over here. So very, very much detached from emotions, just rules by the mind. But since it is a shadow side, let me say this is more dominant in here. She has a tendency to be so steered off from the ground. It's not a grounded energy. And this is kind of like an energy that really can hurt people and hurt her too. Like there is too much of a potential to be stay within the mind, just overthink and unbalance and unground yourself. But in terms of your spiritual gifts, I am interpreting as you are aware of the power of your words. As I say, you're aware of your power of your decisions. You're basically aware of the power of your mind, and you're also quite aware the times when you don't feel like yourself, and whenever you act out of your normal reaction routine, let me put it in this way, then you're quite aware of it. But there might be kind of like a hasty nature. What I'm also seeing it over here. Okay. I'm really wondering how it's connecting with the energy that I channeled about how calm you guys are with this reading. And one blockage about where you are right now is the Seven of Swords energy. I feel like this thing over here, like you cut the cords. If you don't want to stay in this situation, you cut the cords. You just left it there. So this is kind of like a blockage. I am feeling it. This is kind of a blockage about in front of you to avoid you to feel what you really need to feel, avoid you to be in the present moment, because Seven of Swords is an energy who tends to sneak from the situations when they do not want to be presented. So you can see that he's just running away in the like upright position. He's running away from kind of like a carnival, some kind of like a fun activity, and he's just getting all the swords with him without letting anyone seeing him. So in the flip position, I'm feeling that this is kind of like a blocking energy for you. Maybe you guys should really try to be more present. You know what you don't like. This is like a great thing. This is a great thing. But also you shouldn't be missing out the things you need to catch up. You need to be aware of while doing it. So with the Six of Swords over here, I guess you're not aware that you can leave the situation that are not serving you behind peacefully. Like, I keep just getting around the same messages all over. This is like one step at a time. The same thing is like keep repeating over here. This is representing like the spiritual gifts that you're not aware of. And the Six of Swords is an energy that they understand that the current situation is not serving for them. So they are going for new horizons, but they are not resisting. For example, you can see in the flip side, we are getting a perspective towards where they are coming from, this cave, while she's still trying to hold on this cup. But in the upright position, she's not looking at it anymore. So they are taking a step towards new horizons. So this is the energy that I guess you're not aware of, that you can just basically speak your mind, be in the present moment and do everything in a more like homely manner, because you already have like there are lots of source energy over here. You're quite aware of your power of the mind, your power of thoughts and logic. This is what rules you basically. You might be an air sign too, or like your like rising sign can be moon sign, Venus, or your sun sign, but you are a quite logical person. You like to act with your mind on the line, not with your emotions. And I guess whenever you really like cleared it out and tap into your own energy, I'm feeling that you will be able to act in a more heart-centered manner. As a last card we have is a Chariot in reverse, and this is all about how can you serve the collective consciousness once you are tapped into your energies and your authentic self. And I always interpret that Chariot in reverse as if like someone is just already on the way, but he's just kind of not sure. The roads, the roadblocks that he's just taking the steps forward are like crumbling behind, so there is no turning back. I guess you have a quite strong sense of direction, like as I said, strong sense of direction towards life. And as I said before, you are really ruled by the power of mind. So let me see the back. So walking creates the path. The obstacles are necessary to reach the destination. So radical change of perspective. So that's one thing that I believe. Along your journey, there will be lots of changes of perspective, the point of views in your life. So all these obstacles are meant to bring them forward. All these obstacles, in order to change your point of view and how you're living your life, how you're taking your decisions currently. It's definitely not a sign that you're doing it wrong or anything, no. But there's always a better way for us to do. Like we are developing every second of our lives. Sometimes we are going backwards, and then maybe two steps backwards and one step ahead. But we are learning it all the processes. So this is what I am feeling for you. And by doing it, so by learning it, so by taking those steps from the harder way, there will be resistances from your side, from your mind sides too, because if this is how you grown up, this is how you came until that age, this is one of the habits of ours, how we behave towards, how we express ourselves. So it's really, really hard to change it. And I'm feeling like there will be there might be changes. As I said before, also towards how to express yourself or the point of view. But this is also one thing that you can bring up and lighten up within people. That we don't need to be too rigid and strict about our choices and how we think and how to behave and act towards our life. And once we know which path to move forward, we can just go ahead, and everything is kind of fit into their places along the way. And let me see your oracle cards. Let me start with the Moonology ones. Oh, show the world the real you, the full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, and conclusions are within reach, the full moon eclipse. Yeah, I was mentioning that there is some rigidity on your thoughts and how you're experiencing yourself, and expressing yourself. And I always see that card as at least for myself, I'm pulling these cards whenever I know that I'm putting myself into my own mind prison, basically. So there's a huge thing to be released, because full moons are all about releasing, and you do have two full moons over here, the Aquarius and this one over here with the full moon eclipse. And eclipses are even more intense full moons, so there is a huge release that needs to happen. So you might feel like everything is in reaching to its peak. So this is all to nudge you out from your comfort zone a bit, nudge you out from the things that you got used to a bit. Because after the full moons, those new moon cycles are meant to start. So new moons are all about bringing the new beginnings. So without releasing the old patterns, we cannot bring the beauties that we need to basically live within. And with the full moon in Aquarius, show the world real you, there is a need of really going with the flow. So this is basically your I don't know, like an anthem. So you really need to like let yourself go with the flow. You shouldn't be so much in your mind. I was also mentioning that there is lots of source and air energy, so it might be one of your signs in your astrological chart. And Aquarius is a very distinctive energy. It doesn't like to be followed by follow the crowd. So it's a very unique energy and ruled by the logic and intelligence, and would like to come up with the new ideas. So you have a lot of potential within you that needs to be expressed. You just need to be yourself. Like you really need to release the need of control. I'm feeling it a bit too, because this is you. That Aquarius energy is you. You have lots of potential to give into the world. You have lots of ideas. You have lots of creative ideas. The ones that many collective are not aware of, because this is your unique ideas. This is your uniqueness. This is how you're seeing the world. And I'm feeling also like Aquarius is an energy which is really not traditional. So those ideas might be also have a potential to get some reactions from other people. So it might be also hard to express them and express yourself, but this is your strength. So I'm feeling like your spiritual gifts are so way much in an alignment with what you can actually offer to the world. It's just that there is a need of really going with the flow, and whenever you feel like something is so much like there is so much of a resistance, it's just because it's coming from usually our side and your side. So we are kind of resisting on the things that needs to happen. And we have the life purpose cards of writing. And oh gosh, let go. Really, I'm feeling of letting go of the controls. Like there's lots of energy of trying to control what's happening all around. Let go is like walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. It might be a current message for you too. And I will just, I'm getting so much of chills. I was also mentioning that with this Queen of Swords in reverse, you are just leaving the situations that are not serving you in a manner that you got used to, and you know that is the best. And with the Seven of Swords in reverse over here, the same thing. So you're just leaving them behind in a manner that you believe this is the best, because there is nothing to talk about more, or there's nothing to spend more effort on it anymore. So it's just like changing that kind of a perspective and really letting go of the control issues. I'm not seeing it like letting go of the situations, because you know how to do it. You know when something is not serving you. You have your very clear boundaries. This is so healthy in a way. But just changing that perspective, rigidity, will really, really gonna ease your heart and feeling. And maybe you have an affinity towards dogs too, to be honest. Like, I don't know why there is like the very cute dog over here. Maybe you really love animals, or like animals really help you to like be present in the moment, let's say. Maybe the purity of the love that they are showing is really affecting you in a positive way. And the other card here is the writing. Is you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. Yeah, there are like all energy of sorts over here. Like they are ruled by the mind, logic, and the words. So you guys might be also writing it currently. Maybe you have realized that passion of yours, or that creative sides of yours that you really need to be like also move forward with. Maybe let's say like during your daily life, like you're washing your dishes, or like just watching something, and like even in the series that you're watching, the very like little scene, it reminded you of it reminded you of a situation that you already like face in your life, and it just bring a bit like a more broader perspective that, okay, I guess like that small situation that is like represented in this series or like in this movie, this actually comes from this sides of our life. So like you can be able to really make bigger connection, I'm feeling. And maybe the things that you're writing are about the observations of you towards the life, or like you're constantly keeping a diary. So anything that can actually bring a better clarity to the consciousness, so that in that way, I guess, you can really help the consciousness. And if you have a tendency to be like so perfect while writing it, like writing and taking a step back, like deleting it, or like, like crossing it over instead that to be too critical. So just let it go also. Just let go of that one too. Because every idea of yours is just meant to hear and meant to set you free. If you're writing it something on a paper, it's not because you meant to like it later on or not, but like it's just meant to be released at that time. And the play, you guys really need to play. You guys really need to be more playful. You guys really need to be taking more joy out of the life. There's like so much serious energy over here. And that calmness that I'm feeling before and the fresh air, I guess this is what you really need. Like you're already so calm in the nature of you, but maybe too much calm. Maybe you really need to bring a bit joy out from the life. Let me read. Beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry. We will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you will return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. So if you have like overloading with work, or like in your mind there are too many to-do lists, so it is really time to make a time for yourself. And I'm feeling that this is not like a current energy, since this is like a general reading of your gifts. So that might be the pace of your routine, rhythm, your life. Basically, you have lots of things to do. You have lots of things to organize. And maybe this is one of the things that you are not present in the moment so much, because you need to organize it from your morning till the end of your day. So this is just like a constant reminder for you to do not miss yourself while you're dealing with all of your responsibilities, so that you can, because whenever, without being fully present and healthy on our mind, we cannot also help others. Like we have to be healthy and purely ourselves and happy and in a healthy mindset, so that we can actually help others. So that's all I'm seeing for you guys, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it brings you some clarity, and I hope to see you next time. So I will move forward with group number 3. Hello, group number 3. If you choose that pile, this will be your reading. And first of all, before I start the reading, I was just getting energies from your cards from your groups, that just take it as it resonates before I'm starting it, because this is a general reading and there might be many of you. So just take what is resonating with you. So you guys might be able to see the light into even in the darkest times, or even in the darkest situations. So even that a light is so small that many people tend not to be able to see it, you can see that. And I'm feeling kind of like a unique energy that it is kind of dominant. It's a dominant, unique energy that maybe other people can feel it whenever they are with you. And Okay, yeah. I will get to the other one. One last thing while I'm doing the cards, I guess. So let me start with your tarot cards. I will put the oracle cards aside first. Yes. So we have Judgment. There is Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Hopefully you can see it. There's Two of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. And Ace of Cups. So you might be a water sign or you might be an earth sign, depending on your astrological chart. But yeah, with the Judgment over here, this is representing your current situation in relation with your spiritual gifts. So I'm feeling like there is a rebirth over here, rebirth of authenticity, the oneself. So you can see that these people are coming alive out from their graves, and they're all naked. So they're unapologetic about who they are, because they have been through the things that teach them to basically be themselves, and not to feel sorry about what just happened. And this is like a very action towards energy with the sun over here. It just represents our masculine energy, which is driving us to take towards an action and overcoming our fears, basically. Not putting so much attention to our fears, basically, because that side was already, let's say, dead. It's just like left behind. And you can see, and I'm also feeling that you can see that be a full hawk or the bird, I don't know the kind, but you, I guess, gain a bigger perspective and clarity over the things in your life. Maybe you already started to discover your gifts, so you already have an idea about what kind of gifts you're having. You just came to that reading, it just pops up on your, I don't know, feeds, or like you just wanted to see if you're doing right, or like if everything is making sense or not. But you already have an idea about what is happening, and there's like a change of perspective I'm seeing over here with that one too. And let me also, with the front section, it's like recognition of one's essential nature, a new inner birth, the return of what was believed dead or lost in the new form. Definitely that's the situation that you're going through. And with the Eight of Pentacles in here, in reverse, this is representing the spiritual gifts that you are aware of. I guess you are kind of quite hard workers, but there's a tendency of not being able to see the harvest of what you have been working on, what you have been like putting it on. Maybe you have kind of like an impatient nature. I'm not quite sure. Just sorry for it. It's like, really, I'm feeling kind of like an impatient nature, because you can see that while that man is working, actually, like that little guy over here, he's just waiting. He's kind of like waiting. I guess I'm just feeling that the gift that you can really awaken within yourself is towards your hardworking. So the things that you're putting effort on, I'm feeling they are not coming into fruition just in a sudden. No, like you are investing it in a way that they are all come up and flourish and show it to you at once, but not like Not like after a week within you start like working, or not like within a couple of weeks after you start working. No, this is very, very stable energy. Like I'll come to that card, but there's also like Knight of Pentacles over here. So you are a quite determined person that you are not aware of. You are aware of, but you're not aware of the fact that how much all the things that you're already working on is going to pay off. Basically, your determination is the key of your success. I'm getting, oh my son, my chills right now. So just like you don't need to be impatient, so I guess you really need to enjoy the progress of investing on what you like to do, because you're a hard worker in nature. But please do not just feel like trapped while you're working. So it should be the thing that you're working on should really bring joy, because you can see the difference. I just realized that. And the upright position, the pentacles are super visible, and they are like nailed it into the tree so that you can see all of them. And like trees are very foundational, very stable. So there's a very strong foundation. But in the flip position, it's just like they are so like they are pale, so you cannot see it. Like it's just like you cannot see you cannot read them, you cannot see the results of all your hard work. You still feel like you're at the very first stage, but this is actually not the situation. So if you have a tendency to focus on it, like to trying to see the outcome because it's not flourishing in a way that you want it, or as fast as you want it, and no judgments at all. That maybe you're even saying that what fast are you talking about? Like it is just like maybe even years or something. Like I have a right to be like waiting for it. Yeah, that might be the situation. I'm definitely not criticizing at all, but that might be also causing you to maybe miss the beauty of your life or the sunshine outside. So maybe you can also like take breaks apart from your hard working, to like live the life and really like awaken this beautiful like inner child of yours. I guess it's really waiting for your attention over here. And this is kind of interesting that we are having Two of Cups as a blockage. I will from here. A Syrian relationship, exchange, and gifts. I guess there's a lot that you can really offer. You can really offer into the collective, into the people that you are in communication with. This is like finding that balance of ours, like finding that self-love, finding that balance of self-love within us. Basically, it's just like a healing, self-healing, I guess. That emotional balance needed to be brought upon. I don't want to say it can be too specific, that the blockage as a blockage, like, because like the Two of Cups is also like a very much representing the soulmate, kind of like a connections, like the other soul of ours embodied in a different like human body, that whenever we see them, we know each other, we recognize each other, like just in a sudden. It's just like, oh, like having known each other like for forever, like what just happened, like we just met. So this is that kind of an energy over here. With the Two of Cups in reverse, I don't know if you guys, I just realized the reverse side of it. This deck is a bit, this is the upright side and this is the flip reverse side. So I don't know if you guys have been like experiencing through a relationship, a heart relationship, that you thought it could be so good that it can even be like a soulmate kind of a relationship. But if you feel somehow like stuck in a situation, in a relationship or a situationship that is taking off from you, that beautiful life Ace of Cups, because that fountain is represented in the Ace of Cups, and you guys have it over here. Can you see it? Oh my God, I just realized it. So if you feel like you're just missing that Eight of Cups, it's like so way behind them, so way behind the main scene over here. So I guess there's a time that you might really taking a step back. This is like a very like current situation related interpretation, let me say. But I'm seeing like a biggest blockage is the self-love that you need to show towards yourself, that healing that needs to be found. Like you have to be finding that unconditional love towards yourself in order to bring balance to your life, so that you don't need to be, if you have a tendency to be stuck so much with the external conditions, then this is something that really going to help you whenever you love yourself. Because if you have a tendency to, let's say, focus on the results so much, just like in the Eight of Pentacles reverse over here. So whenever something is not flourishing, then you're like starting to question yourself, starting to question your motives. And it might even go deeper in a sense that you can even like question the love, the respect that you're like showing towards yourself. But no, like we should really differentiate how much energy we are giving to that external factors, because when we give so much power to them, then we are giving them basically the power of our life. So we are losing the control from our hands. So this is one thing that you might be really need to be aware of. And one thing with the Knight of Pentacles over here is that I was saying this is your gift, like your determination is your gift. Everything that you're putting effort on is going to flourish in a way that you're not expecting it, because you can see how much is represented in this picture, that the horse is feeling so like frustrated, like he has been on this way for a long while, so it needs to like come up, it needs to flourish eventually. But where the hell is that kind of like an attitude? Because the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow motioned energy, but it is so detailed energy also. Like it calculates every single step out and away, so that there is not going to be any surprises eventually, and everything is going to work out perfectly. So that's like a great planner. This is a great motivation towards your goals. So you can just basically manifest whatever you want into your life with that determination, even at the times that you feel like nothing is like flourishing or nothing is like coming out from the situation. Yeah, security, methodical work, and harvesting. Yeah, there is a lot of security. I feel like this is kind of like your lifestyle. Like you don't dive into the things without planning or without seeing it. Like there is not like that kind of like a, maybe I can say like an adventurous or reckless. Yeah, reckless kind of energy is definitely not there. And the last card we are having over here is the Ace of Cups, and this is representing how you can serve to collective basically in the future once you have really tapped into your energy and you have a lot of love and forgiveness. For first of all, to give to yourself and the others, because like that dove, like he is still flying, is not like standing over anywhere. And you can see that that girl is not looking at the direction of this dove over here. Like this is just like calling it out for your soul, first of all, that like, please, we are here, like, as your spirit guides, like, as a divine, like, we are here, we are trying to, like, help you. You just like, let it go with the flow. There's a lot of love you are expecting and you're going to receive, basically, and you can be able to give it to the world. You have lots of ideas, you have lots of creative ideas, which is going to bring new beginnings into your life. And clarity, wellness, and love, basically, yes. I'm seeing with this kind of like a determination and a love, like unconditional love focus of an energy, you will be so abundant. You will be so abundant that you will have everything you have been manifesting in your life, basically. Like in terms of love, emotional satisfaction, and in terms of like earthly, the 3D things that we can see, hold. So that's like a beautiful energy. Let me see your oracle cards with the moonology. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra and full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get into your way. Okay. So with the full moon in Libra, it is like calling it out for me with the Judgment card over here. So whatever you're like currently experiencing, I was just saying that there is the rebirth, there's a change of perspective you're currently experiencing, and everything you have been working on with the 8 of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles energy over here, a win-win outcome is forecast. So you are very, I was saying like a very like, careful. You have very like a careful energy before you start doing something. So you have a tendency to really like look into details and like get the best out of the situations, basically. I will here. I will quickly see if anything I'm missing over here. So the full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love and closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are all about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you are either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. Oh my gosh, do you remember I was just saying with the 2 of Cups in reverse over here that it might be like a false sign, but take it as it resonates. Like if there's a new person coming into your life, or a current one is ending, or like as I said over here, like a new level is coming. So it's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a reason. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right now time. So try not to fight it. So this card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Oh my gosh, I have huge chills. So much I cannot even like express it right now. You need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. Definitely. Like if, okay, this is a general reading, but if you're like staying in a situation, you cannot live it like because of some personal issues, then this is a sign. And I'm feeling that this might be also kind of like a dynamic of your life. So you might be having those kind of relationship. You might be in a search for the one, you know, the one that we're always looking out for, the one that I can really open up to. So you might have a tendency to really want to fall in love with people at the first sight and trying to put them in in the center of your life. But I guess like in every relationship, even if it's hard for you especially, because this is the perspective you can see generally, you are bringing so much new things into the table. So I guess this is how your spiritual gifts work, and I guess this is how you help the people, like being in a relationship with them. Basically, I guess you are also showing them a different sides of them while you're in interaction with them, and you're also learning a lot throughout every relationship that you're in. And with the don't let pride get into your way, it's just like so in connection with this win-win outcome is forecast, because it was just saying that don't let ego get into your way. So Leo in the full moon side, the shadowy side, that what we need to release, since full moons are all about releasing, is that whenever we realize that something is not serving, even if it's that something that you invest so much energy on, with this Eight of Pentacles over here, and you're acting and not you're thinking that it is not coming into fruition, like what's happening, and like that frustrating energy, and you cannot just feeling like you cannot let go of that energy because you put so much effort, so it needs to happen. So that might be the kind of an attitude that you really need to release and try to like see it in a different perspective. Yeah, self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. A friendship might be ending now, or creative urges should be follow, work some magic. So that was about the additional messages of the full moon and Leo card. So I guess this is kind of like a dynamic of your life. It is basically ruled by the relationship that you keep getting into, keep getting involved. Oh, and as a life purpose cards, first we have freedom. You can see you are free to do what you choose. If you have some kind of question on your mind, I'm feeling most of that one is related with the relationships maybe you're having. So you are free to leave whenever you want to leave. And you can see the dolphins over here. Like they're also like made for life, and this is also like giving me kind of a vibe of like look in a search for a soulmate kind of relationship, or like finding the one and finding that peace. So you're free to do whatever you want to do in your life. You have lots of option and the freedom, like consider the career possibilities that are open to you. You might be also in, I was about to say with the freedom card, but I jumped with the relationships. So you might be having lots of options in your way right now. Like the things that you are like diligently working on. If you're not, okay, if you're not seeing any results, I'm definitely feeling that they're going to come into fruition. But there might be a reason also that they're taking that long, because maybe you have to like shift your focus to other things while doing it. So you might be having already lots of ideas on your mind with this option card and the freedom card. Basically, you're free to choose. None of the things that you're going to choose will be wrong. There's no wrong. Like whenever you feel that pressure of, oh, what if like the other thing that I'm doing might be better than the one that I choose right now. According to what and according to who, just remember that one. Just remind that one to yourself, so that you're not going to feel that pressure of you need to choose something or do something. Wow. And this is that balance over here. You can also see like win-win outcome is forecast. So whatever you do, there is a win-win outcome. And the horizon. Oh my god. I usually get one card, but you guys have like two angel guidance cards. The first one is trustworthy guidance. You are definitely receiving guidance from the divine. They are inspiring you. You can see that angel, how she's like bending over the man and like basically like being with him while he's doing the things that he's really, really passionate about. Like he has been really working it. So That's why you might be also getting lots of ideas on your mind, because you have lots of things to share. So that might be the reason that you're not focused on only one thing, but couple. So let me read it. You are received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers. This idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. That's amazing. So don't just I don't know, don't be distracted. Don't be distracted by all the things, all the ideas that are coming into your way, or don't like discourage yourself from the idea that you're receiving. And whenever you have a tendency to question, like, is it something really I need to be moving forward? Just remind yourself that also, this is your idea, but this is a guided idea to you, because you are the one that can do this, that can really bring it into the life. This is not this idea. No one can do it in a way that you can do it. So it's the divinely guided one. And time to go. Like, go for it. If you have been holding it, back or like pending that thing, just go for it. That's the time. So the sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the starts of new beginnings, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. I feel like this ending's usually about the relationships that you're having. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic one, by the way. Our soulmates, we have like many soulmates. They are coming in many form to our lives. So just be aware that it's never too late to let go of something. The ideas that you're having, it might be about like the ideas about a relationship, about a situation, or about some project that are coming into your mind. They are divinely guided. So you don't need to take a step back at all. So this is all I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that resonated, and I hope it really brings you some clarity. And I'm wishing you a great weekend. And now I will move forward with group number 4. Hello, group number 4. If you choose that pile, then this will be your reading. So before I start your reading, I would like to share you with how I feel before I shuffle your cards. So since this is a general reading, please take it as it resonates, because there might be many of you. So let me see. I feel kind of an energy from you that you tend to go with the flow. You like it, and you're quite lucky about it. I feel like your angels are really watching you over your steps. That's why going with the flow is not a problem for you, because whenever you're doing it, there are many doors are opening for you naturally. And I you really I don't know, maybe you have a dream of flying, or see everything from above, but you have this desire to feel free. That's why you like to go with the flow. And you guys might have a passion, the specific passion towards traveling, which is the feeling of feeling free, needs to feel free is bringing. And I don't know if that is the case, because this is a bit like a specific message, but take it as it resonates. If you have a tendency to procrastinate things because you think that you are not so good enough, as one other message I got. So let me start your reading. I'll put your oracle cards aside, and I will start with your tarot cards first. So we do have 10 of Swords and Knight of Cups. We have Tower. We have 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have 10 of Pentacles. And we have High Priestess, as well as a King of Pentacles in reverse. So, in relation with your spiritual gifts, your current situation is represented as Ten of Swords and a Knight of Cups. In the upright position, I don't know recently if you have definitely gone through some kind of like a hard process. It was a long process. It wasn't just happen overnight or something. Like it's a completion. You can see how it's like represented over here. So it doesn't matter how much protection you had. Like you ended up by like by being forced to complete that situation and left that thing that wasn't serving you behind, basically. So this is something you I guess you are gaining some kind of like a clarity, like since you forced to close one chapter off, and this might be very well related with your creative side and with your emotional situation. It might be even a romantic situation, because Knight of Cups is a very like romantic energy. He likes and he knows how to do gestures. He has full of creative ideas. He just likes to share them. This is like a very full of like a creative energy. Just give me a second. Yeah, this is an energy that he's very well aware of his feelings and emotions. And yeah, like he doesn't afraid to share it with others. He's like so also open to like explore the passions that he's having towards the specific hobbies, or specific hobbies, basically. Yeah, this is very well like emotion oriented card, even while in the process of taking an action. I guess there is a change of perspective is happening right now towards how you feel in a specific situation, because like something is really in a deep down of the water. Like you can see how it's represented. It's just like something is buried deep within the ocean. So that old part, that old skin is shattered, basically. So if you have been giving it a lot, let's say, so that is one thing that you're gaining a perspective about how can it be, or if you have been like sharing it with the people who weren't able to receive what you have, is also one kind of like a message that I'm feeling over here. So, but in general, related with your spiritual gifts, so you have a lot to discover and tapped into, and they're all coming into with your passion. So, if you are drawn into doing something, let's say, and that is also something that you have an idea about, like it is not coming out of the blue. So this is also showing the areas that you have a passion towards. This is also showing the areas that you need to take a step forward. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything more I can see from the Ten of Swords. There might have been recently some conversations that you have done with someone that concluded that relationship, or that concluded the situationship, let's say. It concluded within your mind, so there was a resolution. Okay, it wasn't the easiest thing, and you might be still affecting by it, but yeah, that's the situation I'm seeing. And it's very interesting that we are having the Tower as a representative of the spiritual gifts that you're aware of. I guess you guys are very, it's very weird to say intuitive with the Tower card over here, but um, I guess first of all, whenever you guys decide to do something, there is nothing to stop you. You know, you are not afraid of the reaction that you're going to get from other people or society. You just go with it, and you can really be able to like see the fault structures in the relationships or in anyone else's life, or even the defaults in any organizations or anything. So like you can be able to spot what is wrong in a specific situation, and you're so good at seeing it through the masks. And I guess whenever you take an action towards it, whenever you realize something and you open your mouth, and I guess it really causes a kind of like a shock effect to other people around you. Oh my God. This is, I love that energy. I seriously love that energy. I'll just like to see if anything else I just need to say, but unexpected and traumatic revelations concerning a situation, open-mindedness towards higher aspirations in keeping with others on psychological level, understanding of one's own body and its requirements in the form of symptoms. Okay, I never see these like interpretation of the Tower card in this way, but like then one gift that you are having might be also your body is talking with you. Like whenever you feel uncomfortable in one situation, for example, you might be getting migraines or like a bit like a longer headaches, or maybe your diet is like changing so often because you're very well affected from the situations, and your body likes to talk with you, your body likes to direct you in a sense that it is going to, in a sense that you are going to benefit it from. So yeah, I guess yes, your body is constantly talking with you. Wow. And as your blockages, there is represented with Two of Pentacles in reverse. You might have a tendency to try to do things at once, but it is not helping you all the time, basically. So it might be causing even, you know, okay, I'm getting like two different messages. The one thing is that whenever you're trying to do two things or like more than one thing at the same time, you are kind of juggling it. So you have to be finding the balance in between. You need to prioritize it in a way. And the second thing is that you can see like how people are watching him over. So I don't know, maybe you have to be more well aware of the relationship that you're having in your life. Like basically family, friends, everyone, because like Pentacles are all about like even your coworkers, because Pentacles are all about the things that we are having and seeing it into this life. So it's related with our home lives, your partner that you're sharing your life with, if you have it, or your family members, your friends, anyone basically. So it might be also bringing an attention in this card that whenever you're having a hard time, people are tend to watch mostly, not to interfere with you. So if that's something you prefer, everything is good. But like if sometimes you're feeling that I wish I had like more support, then maybe you have to put more attention on those times whenever you are seeking for support and you're not basically seeing it. I can't like interpret this Two of Pentacles reverse in this situation, in this kind of an interpretation normally, but like this is just how I feel. The other thing is that you are not aware of in terms of your spiritual gift is basically you can manifest anything you want into your life. This is a beautiful. It's 10 of Pentacles. Like it's like ultimate manifestations are coming true, basically, what I'm seeing over here. Yeah, this is like a happy home and happy family you meant to have in this life. Like if this is something you're searching it for, you'll definitely have it. And as a spiritual gift way, I'm really seeing like how much you can actually manifest what you need to have in this life. That beautiful family. So everything is, I guess, aligning in a way that you're going to have this in the future. Like you can very well be heart-centered and grounded at the same time. And if you are in love with dogs, like more than like other people, let's say if you're a dog person also, like this is also like one indication. I don't know if you're even like planning to adopt a dog or like you already have a dog, but I guess it is really helping you. It's really helping you to get through your hard times too. Let me see if like I need to say, yeah, material security, savings, and serene setting. Yeah, you have lots of abundance that you can bring into your life and lots of security. And I'm feeling that this is already what you are working it through. As last two cards in your tarot, we have King of Pentacles in reverse. This is the upright position. This is the flip side you can see. And we have High Priestess. This is about how you can use your spiritual gifts in the future when you are fully aligned with your true self. So let me tell you about the High Priestess. And here, like, it's an inner dilemma to be resolved by leaving the logic aside, the duplicity of perception and sentiment, the period of study and preparation. So I'm feeling that in the future, you will be so in touch with your, first of all, intuition, and the solutions or new perspective that you're bringing into the situations will be, yeah, as I said over here, will not be like, let's say, I don't want to say logical, but it won't be like mind-ruled advices that you're going to give or mind-ruled perspectives that you're going to share it with people. I'm seeing that you will drawn towards people or structures which are kind of crumbled down in order to like kind of like fix it, because the King of Pentacles in a reverse energy, it might be someone who's obsessed with money. It might be someone who is tend to drown into this earthly possessions so much, in a way that there might be also a misuse of power, misuse of authority, because this is a king over here. So I'm seeing you guys are going to be not fighting, but really standing on your own ground in against false structures. Bringing awareness to the people and to the world. This is, I'm really seeing it as like a big thing over here. Very weird that we have pomegranate over here. I never put attention on it before, but you have a lot and lots of beauty to share it with other people, but it's like hidden within you. So This energy of you is not going to be like shown off. So it's not going to be like you're going to be like famous out in the world or etc. No, you are going to show it whenever it's really needed, and it's going to create an impact. It's really going to create an impact. It might be even like forcing people to see the duality between them, the shadow side and the light side, as is represented over here. Now you will be like guided by your intuition basically to show it to the to show it to the people, to show it to the world that they were so close off, seeing what was around them basically. And you might be also dealing with quite stubborn people too. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know, I just feel it. So let me see our oracle cards. Oh, nothing will come out of this situation is your, okay, void of course moon. This is one of your moonology cards. I just felt it when I said that you might be really dealing with like stubborn people. That might be the thing. So you might be keep finding yourself in a situation that's quite like a dead end. Because basically you meant to show people the other ways around. You meant to like fix that. It doesn't meant to stuck like this. It doesn't meant to hit the dead end. If there's a dead end, it means that needs to change. If something is not moving forward, everything needs to move forward, even if it's in their steady state. But if something is not moving forward, there is a resistance over here created by the universe that is showing that it needs to change. So I'm feeling like you are just bringing new perspective, like constantly, continually to the situations around you. With the Tower card also, yeah, like it's just like, opposing it to each other. Whenever you open your mouth and start talking like from your intuition, like it's just crumbling people's world's point of views. I like that energy. Okay, and the second card we have is your dreams needs a practical plan and Taurus. I just wanted to add that if you have a Taurus in your chart, or like you are an earth sign, because we do have like pentacles, so much pentacles over here, dominance. Like a Taurus is a fixed sign. It's also like, it's also a stubborn sign, but in the full moon side of it, full moons are all about releasing. So there might be, let's say, you might finding yourself sometimes, how I said you might have a tendency to procrastinate? It might be really true. I don't know, take it as it resonates, because like in the full moon side of the Taurus, that is one thing, because a Taurus is a sign that really knows how to get joy from the situations, how to get joy, not from the situations, but from the earthly things. Like they like a luxury, and they like to feel spoiled with the things that money can buy. This is definitely not a bad thing. This is a good thing. Like, if we come to this world and we are like in a good state of our lives, and we do have that many good things in the world that can like offer to us, like a very good, let's say, bath bombs, or nice scented candles, or like very nice and a new design home, etc. They are meant for us. They are meant for us to enjoy, basically, because without really feeling mindful and relaxed and healthy on our mind, we cannot stir other people, and our actions won't be so, let's say, stable. So this is kind of an energy, that's why, that can really enjoy what life can offer to them. But like, as I said, in the shadow side, there might be that kind of like postponing the things kind of an energy, needs to just put attention on. But you might very well be enjoying of those little examples I was giving, like the scented candles, or like you might have an affinity to work with the herbs or etc. They might be really uplifting your mood. Yes, yes, that's definitely that you need to be like keep doing. Before this one, oh my god. I was just saying if you guys are really into traveling, and can you just see it? Please, can you just see it? Oh my god. Ah, okay. You guys might, your current work might be requiring for you to travel a lot, and you have an affinity to really traveling a lot. I'm having chills. Your life purpose involves traveling. So if you, I'm having a lot of chills right now. If you guys are, what was I saying? Okay, so if you have been already like into discovering some parts of the world, or if you have already like a passion or like a love towards a specific country or etc., there might be really something gonna change your perspective, or like gonna bring a new a breath of fresh air into your life. So you might not want to postpone that thing at least. And the second card we are having here is protected. Oh my god. You are safe and supported while you change your career. I don't know if you are in a fork of roads between changing your career or not, or having a decision, making a decision about it. But just know that you are protecting over here. And I'm also feeling that um okay, so that might be only for a small portion of you, but throughout your life, if you guys have been like not consistent in one kind of like a career path or one job and keep changing it, that might be also one kind of a pattern for you in order to find what you're passionate towards. And while you're doing it, you're really protected. Don't question yourself if you are just keep changing the things that you're doing, because that's how we are learning, our passions, how we are learning our abilities, basically capabilities. And throughout your race, since this is not an easy one, I'm feeling that you might be dealing with many people which can like give consciously or subconsciously toxic or negative energies to lower vibrational beings, lower vibrational people. But this Tower card I'm seeing is that you are quite sufficient and effective to like remove them already, or remove those energies, because you're really protected along your journey with your angels. They are with you every step of the way, basically. This is so good. And the last card we have, the ocean, the deep blue. Here is the ocean, so let me read it. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. This is beautiful. You guys might be having an affinity towards being around some water bodies, or like waters, because waters have memories and it really has a soothing power on ours. So you might have a tendency to really clear out your mind while you're near the water. You might really like, with this full moon and Taurus card, having good baths. If it's not possible for you to have a bath, if you don't have a bathtub, etc. So even like having a nice like a little I can speak little bucket that you can just fill it with water and then put your feet in it with a nice scent, so that you can have like a massage over there. So those kind of beautiful things, or long showers, if you like to put music while there. So they are really helping you. They're really helping you to ease your mind and stay focused and cleanse your energy that I'm seeing over here. And if you have a chance, if you have an opportunity to like live, or you're already living next to a lake, ocean, sea, etc., so this is really good for you. Also, I'm seeing it might be calling it out for you, and the places that you would like to travel might be also having the big water bodies around. Wow. So, yeah, this is all I'm saying for you guys. So I hope you really resonated with it, and I hope it really brings you some clarity and help you. So I'm wishing you a great day, great weekend if you're watching it on a weekend time. But I hope that I'll see you next time. Bye.